embarrass me, Ollie. Don't embarrass me. So first, I have to start out with this little gem right here. He just woke up from a nap, so he's super sleepy. This is mine and Will's new puppy. His name is Ollie. And if you guys are wondering what he is a white boxer. So if you followed me for a long time on social media or my Snapchat, then you'll know that my entire family has always had boxers from the time I was 8 years old. My dad got me my first boxer puppy, and we just fell in love from that moment on. That is the only type of dog that we've had since I was 8 years old, and surprisingly we've never had a white one. Oh, you're so sweet. You are just so sweet. Stop it. Stop. Anyways, Ollie is actually the brother of my parents' youngest boxer, Diesel. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, you probably see him on there all the time. And we have had Ollie since he was 6 weeks old. He is now 8 weeks, and he is growing so much. Like, I just can't. Can you please stop growing? Can you please stop? One thing that's really unique about Ollie is that he has one blue eye and one brown eye. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But yes, if you're wondering, he is a white boxer. Most people are used to seeing fawn or brindle boxers, which is what we have always had. My family has never had a white boxer, but when I saw him, he called my name. So I had to mention him to you guys, and we are so excited to have him. We're so excited that he's ours. So yeah, this is Ollie. I just wanted to share him with you guys because he is now a part of the fam. And if you're wondering where we got his name Ollie, we knew we wanted a Harry Potter name. That's just something like that has always been a dream of ours, to have a little family of dogs with Harry Potter names. So his name is actually short for Ollivander, which if you're a Harry Potter fan, you'll know that that is the Ollivander's wand shop, or Garrick Ollivander in the Harry Potter books. So yeah, that's what Ollie is short for, and we kind of just came to that conclusion because most Harry Potter names aren't cute. They're a little weird, and we didn't want to be having a little dog running around that's so cute with a name like Grip Hook. And I forgot to mention, if you want to see more pictures of Ollie, me and Will did create him an Instagram account. Yes, we are those pet parents that made our dog an Instagram account, but I just took so many pictures of him, I didn't want to flood up my Instagram feed, so I will have his Instagram name listed down below, and you can follow on Snapchat because, let me just tell you, his face is on there 24/7 now. First things first, I have to share with you guys the new Bare Minerals skincare line. This has been something I have been dying to talk about for months now. So I actually have the entire line. Like, I have every single product within the line, but I'm going to share with you guys the routine that I started out with and the routine that I've actually stuck with and that I like the best. And I will be doing a full video over the entire skincare line. I'm actually filming it after this video, so you'll see it after my favorites go up. But I'm going to talk about the 3 products that I have been using since actually October, and I'll kind of go into detail on how I was able to do that for you guys, but let's just go ahead and talk about these right now. So I have been using the Oil Obsessed Total Cleansing Oil since October, like I said, and I was very upset to know that the entire skincare line from Bare Minerals was going to be discontinued, and I kind of had like high expectations for these products. I was not giving them an easy way to go. So this is the Oil Obsessed Total Cleansing Oil, and it has replaced the Mineral Elixir Oil Cleanser, which was like my holy grail. I will go ahead and tell you guys that I prefer the texture of Mineral Elixir over Oil Obsessed. That's the first thing that stuck out to me. Oil Obsessed is so much thinner in consistency than Mineral Elixir is. So if you're the type of person who has never tried an oil cleanser before, you may like this consistency better because it's a lot thinner than what the Mineral Elixir oil was, which was a lot thicker. But I preferred the thicker texture, so that was the first thing I noticed with this. The second thing is that this definitely has more of a prominent scent to it. It has things like cucumber, sunflower oil, bilberry, I don't really know what that is. Like I said, I'll kind of get into detail on the ingredients later on in the full skincare line video, but this is the cleanser I've been using since October. All in all, really like it. Takes off my makeup just as good as Mineral Elixir did. The texture is just a little bit different. So next is the moisturizer I've been using, and this is the Butter Drenched Restorative Cream. So first of all, I want to talk about the packaging, and this is the Pantone color that Bare Minerals designed for this specific skincare line, and it is called Bare Metal. So it's this really pretty, they don't want you to say rose gold. It's not a rose gold color, but very similar to rose gold. So this is the thickest cream that they offer within the line. There are 4 moisturizers, if I'm not mistaken, and this would be the thickest. So if you do have really dry skin, this is the one you're going to go with. I like this one. It's definitely a bump up from the Purely Nourishing Dry Skin Cream, which I used to use all the time. It's a lot thicker than that, and I think it's a little bit more effective. I definitely feel like my skin is more hydrated after using this formula as opposed to the Purely Nourishing formula. So this was definitely a plus and an improvement for me. So moving on to skin longevity. This is kind of like Bare Minerals' baby product for the entire line. This was the product that was supposed to captivate everyone. It was supposed to be the most intriguing, one-of-a-kind product. And like I said, I'm just kind of going to give you guys a synopsis on these products because I do want to go into full detail in the other video. But skin longevity to me is very similar to the Bare Minerals Biolucent Brightening Treatment. It feels the same on my skin. It has delivered the same results that the Biolucent did for me, but I don't want to get too much into detail on this product because I really need to describe it further in a detailed video. So yeah, the skin longevity is what I've been using as kind of like my preventative product. And yeah, I'm going to get more in detail with this later on. I want to talk about the lip gloss I'm wearing right now, and it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Kristen. My mom got me this for Christmas. She got me a few of their lip glosses actually, and I love the formula of these. I didn't really think I would love these lip glosses. I've kind of just thought they were, you know, kind of expensive lip glosses, but they're so opaque. They go on almost like a glossy lipstick, and they last really nicely. They're not sticky, and they have a really pleasant scent to them. So this is the shade I've been wearing a lot, and it's called Kristen. It's just kind of like that everyday natural, like neutral color. But I just had to mention these because I think the formula is really good on these. Next are the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealers. I've been using 2 shades and mixing them. I've been using an R shade and a Y shade, which means a red shade and a yellow shade. So I've been using Y23 and R20, and I've been mixing those together to get the kind of under eye brightness that I want. But there's 2 categories of these concealers. One category is meant to be correcting, and one category is supposed to be concealing. I didn't really study up on these. I've had these since Christmas, but I didn't really study up on which ones were supposed to be the corrective ones. I want to say maybe the R ones are the corrective ones, but I don't know if there's like, I don't know. I'll have to leave the information on these down below. The only thing I know is that these are really great concealers. They're very hydrating for the under eye area. They give really great coverage, a really good brightened effect, and they do not crease on me, and that's all I could ask for in a concealer. The only thing I don't like about these are the applicator tip. It's more of like a ball tip applicator. I don't know if you guys can see that. And so the way I have to apply this is I just squeeze it out onto my finger, and then I tap the product on with my finger, just because when you squeeze with this little ball tip, it kind of capsizes. It goes over the top of the ball, and you're going to end up with product down the tube. So yeah, just a heads up, not a fan of the packaging, but I love the consistency and the formulas. This is a foundation I wore a lot throughout December, and it's the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Long Wearing Waterproof Foundation. So this is the updated version of the MAC Pro Longwear Original Foundation, which they still offer, but this is supposed to be more of a nourishing formula, more of a wearable formula. I definitely agree with this. I bought this off the recommendation of my friend Mallory, Mallory1712 here on YouTube, and she did not disappoint. I have been loving this. The main reason I've been liking this is because it is more of a matte finish I don't have to set it with a powder. So when my skin is feeling extra dry, I don't have to go in and add powder on top of it, because it does dry to more of a natural matte finish. It's not that like powdery, cakey matte finish, whereas I feel like with the original Pro Longwear you kind of got that. But this definitely, it lasts all day on my skin. It looks really nice on my skin, and it doesn't adhere to the dry areas. I am wearing it today, and if you're wondering about my color, I'm in NC20 right now. I just did a video on this product, or the set that this product came in, and this is the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Illuminator in the shade Rose Gold. Literally, it is rose gold. It is beautiful. I am obsessed. This has been my go-to ever since I got it in. This is what it looks like on me, but I got this in, I want to say it was the day, probably, actually no, it was probably like a week before Christmas, and I've been using it ever since. It is such a pretty rose gold color. I would say this is a close dupe to the MAC Whisper of Guilt, the one that everyone kind of goes nuts for, that you can never get anymore. But it's just that perfect rose gold color. If you have medium to tan skin, oh my gosh, I think this would look phenomenal. Now, I do have really fair skin right now, and it's not too dark for me. It still shows up nicely on me, but I do feel like people with more of a medium to tan skin tone would love this, but I cannot say enough good things about it. If I swatch it right now, it's not really going to do it justice. Don't even know if you can see that, but the proof is in the pan right here. It is so pretty. The next two products are fragrance products slash essential oils, and these are the Amber Blends essential oils. So this is not a product that I feel like is talked about ever. I knew nothing about it until I found it at a local boutique in my town that sells this particular brand, and this says it's a 100% organic natural oil. And so these are, like, I guess you would call them just essential oils, and I became obsessed with this particular scent when I went in to look at some clothes. It's a clothing boutique, but they also sell this fragrance, and their clothes always smell like this because they mist it with these oils, and I always wondered why their clothes smelled so good. And eventually this girl was like, oh, you know, it's our Amber Blends. So she put this oil on me, which is the Amber Essence. This is the original scent for all of the bases of the rest of the oils. So there's like 4 or 5 fragrances within the line, and each fragrance will have a base of this particular scent. So this is the original one. It's called Amber Essence. I cannot tell you, this is like my favorite fragrance of life, you guys. It is so natural, yet so just perfect. The scent, if you're the type of person that doesn't like, you know, Coco Mademoiselle, really fragrant, flowery, just kind of, I don't know, artificial smelling perfumes, you will really like this because it's such a natural scent, but it's unlike anything I've ever smelled before. It smells so amazing. I cannot, and there's no way I can describe this to you guys. You just have to trust my opinion on this and try it out. It is pretty pricey for a roller ball. I want to say this roller ball was like $46, but you do get quite a bit of product in it, and a little goes a long way. I just roll some on my wrist, and then I put some behind my neck, and they say to put this where your hot spots are so you can smell it throughout the day. And I don't have a problem with this fading on me. I absolutely love it. So I also got this for Christmas from my mom. She got me one of these spritzers from the Amber Blends, and this is basically a spritzer you can use as a body spray, a room spray. You can spritz it on your clothes, you can spritz it on your furniture. It's basically just the essential oil mixed with water, and it's in a little spritzer can here. So she got me the scent Solace Spritzer. So this is basically the way you're going to know your fragrances are by the labels. So Solace is going to be the blue label, and then the Essence is going to be the brown label. I literally go into the boutique and I'm like, hey, I want the brown one, I want the blue one. That's what I call these. I love all of the scents from this line. There's brown, blue, orange, and green, and they're just so natural. They smell so good, and I'm just all about it. You have to smell these. This is a really interesting product that I had to share with you guys because my friend actually made it for me. So my friend Cassie went to New York City right before Christmas, and she went to the Bite Beauty Lipstick Lab. And so at the lipstick lab, you can actually make your own lipstick. And I remember before she went, I was like, oh my gosh, will you make me this color? Will you make me something that looks like this or that? And then I ended up not seeing her for a while right before she went, and she was still kind enough to make me a lipstick. She kind of knew what I liked as far as undertones went, and so she made me my own personal lipstick. I couldn't believe it. It's so neat. You go in and you can pick everything down from the scent to the lipstick formula. She made me a cream deluxe lipstick. But you can do anything from like their sheer formula to the deluxe to the, I think they have like a frosty finish. You pick the scent of your lipstick. This one I believe was cherry mint. It smells so good. So if you're near New York City, or if you're planning on visiting New York City, I would highly suggest doing this. It looks so fun. It's definitely on my bucket list. I want to make one of these definitely for myself, but she made me one for Christmas, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's just their standard packaging, and she made me this really pretty orange based lipstick. So you guys know I love orange toned anything, and this reminds me a lot of MAC's Honey Love lipstick, which is actually one of our favorite lipsticks. Me and her both love that color. It's a little bit more orange. I want to say this is like a mixture of MAC's Honey Love with MAC's Fanfare, which I love both of those lipsticks, and it smells so good. She did such a good job making this, and I was so happy that she did, because it's just a cool thing. It's really cool to make your own lipstick. So I wanted to share this with you guys. She did leave me the card that had the actual, what they do is they basically just mix together a bunch of their permanent colors to get you a custom color. And I want to say this was like a third of a shade called Cinnamon, and then a third of a shade called, I can't even remember. I'll try to list it down below in case you do want to make something similar to this if you are planning on going. But yeah, that was just so cool to me. Alright guys, that is it for my December favorites. I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't a ton of products, but it was definitely products that I used a lot and that I found myself using almost every single day. If you guys want me to do a yearly favorites, like, you know, the 2015 best of, you know, foundation, things like that, let me know and I can definitely do that for you. And if you have any more video requests, feel free to leave them down below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.